We are not monogamous.
Yeah, it's not like we're dating other people.
It's not polyamory. We're not reinventing the wheel.
This movie is so delightful. I'm so excited to talk about it. I want to just start with the opening scene and just ask point blank, how on earth did you guys come up with this? What was the nexus for that opening scene?
I mean, I guess we knew that we wanted a breakup in the first 8 minutes of the film. And we were like, what will really shake things loose in a way that someone would just go, okay, I need to rip the Band-Aid off and make a decision. And I witnessed a car crash similar to that one time on a road trip with my girlfriend, and I remember rushing over to the side of the car and people laying out and just being like, if I was ever going to make a really big decision in life, it would probably come after this.
Right. I always say very different, but my dream is to get broken up with in a rainforest cafe because there's just so much happening in the background.
Totally.
100%.
I think, for people that have seen The Climb, they're really excited for Splitsville. And you guys are so good at exploring complications that arise not only in relationships, but male friendships. And I'm curious, how would you say these films are related? Are they spiritual cousins, siblings, anything like that?
I think cousins more than siblings. I think one of the interesting things was, we wanted to step outside of the friendship and really put the lens on the romantic relationships and put the same sort of pressure tester on, okay, great. How would a new relationship, someone who had just gotten married and are sort of struggling with what that first year of marriage feels like, and someone who has a kid and, a more established relationship, what would the pressure feel like on that relationship? So I think in some ways, it's obviously our tone and the way we like to explore character, but I think we wanted to stretch out towards the romantic elements a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, The Climb is sort of the foundation of that idea was what happens when two people are such close friends that nothing that happens between them will ever truly untether that connection, and how can we explore that in ways where where that evolves over time, and this was really that was almost very rudimentary, that's elementary school. And this was how do we take the complications of relationships and people talking about how they have it all figured out and put it in high school AP classes, right? It's just here's a bunch of people who right out of the gate are I've got it figured out. They're acting like adults, but they still have the emotions of children. And that was a fun thing to explore, how we could really dial up and make the plot sort of go even crazier as these people operate, kind of really for their own self-interest. They're doing their best to survive in life for their needs, but causing chaos around them.
The last thing I want to ask about is the fight scene, because watching it, I was just thinking about so much of the choreography that had to go into that, because you guys break so much shit. So I assume you don't have a lot of chances to get it right. So what was the most difficult part of just kind of laying that out and getting it right? Also, the fish on the roller coaster was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
That we literally only had one take for, and Kyle is a modern day, Charlie Chaplin in that. He just got it. He planned it in his head and he just executed with perfect comedic timing.
The fight, on the other hand, took a lot of coordination.
Yeah, it was a lot of choreography. We did all the stunts, so we didn't have any stunt performers. So and I think the window was a bit crashing through the window was intense just because it was real glass. So we had all cuts all over us at the end.
It's funny because we were we're going to do our own stunts. And then as the stunts we got into actually doing the stunts, they're it's a big pane of glass, so we can't use candy glass. We'll just explode it as you go through with
tempered glass. It's tempered glass, and they blow charges, but you land on glass 20 feet down or however many feet down. So when I got up, I was I have 20 something cuts. They were just gluing cuts on my head, and I was oh, okay.
And our stunt guy came over and was best case scenario, boys, nice job. And we were what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Well, it's amazing. I got to wrap already, but thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Nice talking to you.
I don't want to have sex with you either, Ashley. Okay, I just want my wife back. God, why does everything have to be so complicated?